if the message hasn't got through to you already, the trustees are very much set on changing up a gear because we have an ambitious plans for the future. And we very much hope that you, the members of the Beaulieu 100, will be supportive of that and persuaded that we really have a very exciting set of projects ahead of us, which will be worthy of your support.
I think it's great that they're actually doing something to take the museum forward, because it's a great museum, lots of amazing exhibits, but it needs a change, it needs to move forward.
We are now in a position to start to deliver what we're calling the Motoring into the Future project, to more clearly introduce the museum's narrative, story and purpose to the public, better tell the story of the ages of motoring and provide greater layers and nuance in terms of our interpretation. So there are things for the family right through to the very technical expert. We can speak to all of those different audiences. The second smaller part of that is a project that will convert the Garmin and Dunlop booths into a single small gallery space. And it's here that photographic art, 2D and displays of non-vehicle motoring collections can take place in a strand of work we're calling our In Focus exhibitions.
I thought it was absolutely brilliant tonight. I think that the plans for the museum that John outlined tonight and Lord Montague were really fascinating. I think that, you know, this place has such potential, and actually to get that first injection of money to change where we are on the mezzanine first, and to have that really big impact is just going to be so important. And just looking at all of the we were talked through sort of 4 or 5 different plans over the next 10 years really.
I thought it was interesting about the education, because I think that's leading on about debate, and also the idea of getting people to come here who wouldn't normally be interested in coming for cars. I think, you know, you need to expand your audience, and if you can find a way of exhibiting things and having events and things that draw other people in, I think that'd be amazing. Yeah.
2023 will see the National Motor Museum Trust take on the challenge of restoring the mighty, awe-inspiring 1,000 horsepower Sunbeam to running order.
I was stood down here next to the car one evening with John and Patrick, and I overheard them saying they'd love to take the car back to Daytona. And with my racing team, I've raced at Daytona. We've done the Daytona 24 hours. I've raised the funds to take cars there to race, and I just thought, surely I can help raise the funds to take this back to Daytona Beach. And we've got 4 years to do it in.
The one that I'm most excited about is to see the development of the Sunbeam 1,000 horsepower car and that going forward.
Within the next 5 years, we probably could lose 120 years worth of combined knowledge and experience of our collection unless we start to put together a succession plan for them right now. We're also starting work this year on 2 things that are a bit further out in terms of our thinking. The first one being our ambition to begin a £9 million project to transform the collection centre, to bring that open to the public as part of the everyday experience of visiting Beaulieu.
I think opening up the collection centre and giving more people opportunities to see what there is there, because I don't know how many million things there are in there, but it must amount to more than 1 million. Photographs, films, objects, books, magazines, and if you're researching motoring history, that's the place to go.
We're doing some work around the feasibility for the space that's currently occupied by Wheels, how that might be used and reused in the future, and what we'd need in terms of new buildings when the development overall of our current estate is brought back up to the standards that we should be expecting of it.
It's a pivotal point in the life of the museum, but it's a pivotal point at the moment in the life of the automotive industry. And it just seems a shame that you come to the museum and it doesn't have anything to say about any of those things. Obviously, and I think it'd be nice if the museum could take more of a lead in public debate and inform debate.
How are we going to get behind that vision? What are we going to do? And as John nicked some of my lines, it's not just about money, but those who wish to give money, I'm sure John would like to see you, but it's about how you get involved in a practical way as well. And as John has said, over the next few months, we'll be coming around to see you all, to sit down, have a chat, see what we can do together.
Everybody here is into their cars, they know people, and we can really group together and we can make a massive impact.
I think that's the first time we've actually been asked to be involved. So I think that will give us all something to think about and actually think what we can do. Not, obviously there's a financial element that they're hoping for, but there's practical things that people can do as well, I'm sure. And I think that's good that we've been asked and we're made to think about it. Come along to some of the different car events, supercars, or the different brand events. We come along to things that are totally not car related, like Gardener's World. We come along for Auto Jumble.
As a group of our closest friends and really core supporters and really important stakeholders, the Beaulieu 100 are so valuable to the National Motor Museum. They're really great in terms of the connections they bring, the advice they have, and the experience they've got in terms of running businesses, running charities. Really, they're great movers and shakers, so they're a really important group of individuals to us, and it's really exciting to see them so enthused by the future of the museum and so willing to help bring about our plans for the future development.